everyone, it's Priya here, and in today's video I'm going to be painting these festive candles using watercolors, and I'm going to be just talking to you through the entire process. So the initial sketch was done with regular graphite pencil, and I just lightened it with immediate eraser just so that I don't have any harsh graphite lines showing through to the final painting. So you can see what I've done there. I've just used water and I've applied it to the entire candle, and then I used some pigment of the color that I wanted, which is a turquoise teal sort of a color, and I put that color down onto the wet areas and I let it blend on its own. I did control some of the blending and smoothen out some of the areas because I wanted to retain some of the lighter or gray area on the top, and I didn't want to completely have it solid in one blue or teal color. I wanted it to be a variety of lights and darks. So that's the process, or that's the technique I'm using for all these candles, because it's basically a wet in wet technique, and I want to just create that flow of the paint and let the paint flow on its own without me interfering with it too much. Although I am guiding it so that it goes into the correct places and it doesn't spread too far, because I do want to show the variation of the colors of the candle, and I also want to retain the lighter area at the top of the candle. Now for watercolor painting, I would always advise using round brushes for a detailed work because I see they really work really well, and you can use different sizes. For fine details you can use more smaller brushes, and you can use larger round brushes for larger applications. I do have a medium sized brush that I use to apply wet the paper, and then I do backgrounds, for example. But for the main painting or the main subject that you're painting, around like I'm using here, it's a size 6 or maybe a size 8, you can work fine. And then for finer detail you could perhaps use a 2 or a 4 or even a 1, depending on how much detail and how tiny detail you need to add. So now I'm going in with a green, and I'm just getting the base color. I'm using two color greens actually here. It's a more of olive green with the darker green, and I'm just applying it for the base layer of the leaves so that I can build up layers or details on it afterwards. And you can see I'm not really paying attention to covering it completely. I'm letting that watercolor effect show through on the leaves, and I'm not really going over and making it a solid single color. I'm letting that blending of the paint into the paper and the drying of it in lighter and darker areas, I'm letting that show through. So now I'm going in and I'm doing the little berries. I'm just using this is a smaller brush, a round brush as well, just to get those little berries in. And I'm just painting them wherever I need them to be. And then I'm going in and I'm starting to paint in my poinsettia flowers. Now these flowers are beautiful flowers, and they really are obviously part of the Christmas and festive season. So I wanted to just paint these in on this little scene and on this little illustration, and I think they really are so fun to paint. And you can see I'm just going in with a red and I'm just painting all of the petals. I am going to come in afterwards and add details, but for now I'm just getting all the base layers of the paint onto all the petals and all the areas that I need to paint. So now I'm just adding a few more berries that I think will just complete the picture better and make the composition look better. Now honestly, I could have made this a bit easier by using masking fluid over where the berries are going to be, so that I would have a consistent color all around. But I'm not too worried about that. I was just having fun with the painting, so I didn't really bother about that too much. Now I just went in and added a little bit of the stems for the berries, and then now I'm adding two different colors of a yellow. One is a darker yellow and a lighter yellow for the flames. I also added the centers of the poinsettia flowers. You can see I use the mixture of the brown and the hint of black for the wicks of the candles. And then I'm just using some gray to highlight the shadows of the wax that's melting off the candles. So I'm just highlighting that with some gray just so that it really shows clearly that you can see that's the wax that's melting over on the sides of the candles. Now this is a really simple project and it's not really difficult at all. It's been so fun to create this. And then I'm just going over and lightening some of that gray areas with the brush just so that it doesn't look too harsh. And then I'm going in with a darker red, and I'm just using that to create the patterns that are on the petals of the flowers. And then I'm just adding some centers for the flowers. Some brown, I'm adding that to the centers of the flowers. And then I'm using a jelly roll just to add a little white highlights on all the berries. That really helps to bring this piece together and complete it by having those berries with a little bit of shine. And then now I'm going in with a darker green, and I'm just adding some of the veins on the leaves. And there we have the completed painting. This was a really fun illustration. I really enjoyed it. So I guess that's it for this video. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you've enjoyed it. If you have, don't forget to like and share. It really helps the channel out. You can leave your comments down below, and if you'd like to see more videos like this and other videos, you can consider subscribing. Till the next one, bye.